What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the Dusk Mane Necrozma. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, then you guys know I'm a huge proponent of Solgaleo. I think it's a really great Pokemon. I love its ability, especially considering the fact that it's essentially Clear Amulet as an ability. But of course, on stream when I've been using it, some people have asked, why use Solgaleo when there's Dusk Mane Necrozma? And I do understand the reasoning behind it. I mean, Dusk Mane Necrozma does have a 157 base attack stat, which is 20 more than Solgaleo. But honestly, with Solgaleo, I really like its ability. But Prism Armor is a great ability as well, so I don't mean to knock it at all. And with Prism Armor, it pretty much takes super effective attacks onto you and does a little less damage. So it's things that would normally do like 2x effective damage because it's super effective will only do 1.5 times. And that allows Necrozma to be a little bit more bulky out there and be able to stay on the field for a little bit longer. Now, if you do add the Assault Vest to it and give it a little more bulk in its HP defense and a little bit in that special defense, that means it's going to stay out there a little bit longer because of that Prism Armor too. And that's going to allow Necrozma with that really strong attack stat and two Pokemon like Screamtail with Howl and Hitmontop with Coaching will allow Necrozma to be even stronger and be able to deal a lot of strong damage. And since we do have a Steel Terra on Necrozma as well, that Sunsteel Strike is going to get a 2x stab along with the damage that we get with that 157 base attack and the potential Howl and Coaching into it as well. And that's going to do insane damage even if a Pokemon ends up resisting it. So I think that's going to be really great to have Hitmontop and Screamtail out there to be able to power Necrozma up. But even if they don't go out there with it, Rillaboom and Urshifu are really great pairings with it as well, and Tornadus with the speed control with the Tailwind, as well as Bleakwind Storm and the Rain Dance to be able to kind of limit fire damage into Necrozma. I think it's a really great pairing with any of these Pokemon. So I think that Necrozma is going to be really great here, despite the fact that I still do kind of prefer Solgaleo, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see what it can do. So we'll get into some battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here, just haven't yet, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. Well, not only are we facing a Zacian in this first one, but we have a really cool version of Vivillon there. It's a little worrisome, don't get me wrong, but hey, we'll make this work. Why not, right? So let's end up going with good old Capoeira over there. And let's also bring Necrozma too. Although I don't think we're going to start with them. I think what we're going to actually do is we're going to go Necrozma as well as... yeah, let's go with... yeah, let's go Screamtail. I'll explain why in just one moment, but let's do that. And then in the back, let's also have... we'll have Urshifu and... honestly, let's go Tornadus as well. It's never bad to have potential Tailwind in the back, right? But the main reason why I don't want to lead with Hitmontop here is because with the Intimidate, if they end up leading with like Empoleon, which they have them in their picture, so they might actually do that, then we end up giving them the competitive boost. And that's exactly what it was. So, glad we didn't do that. But here's what we're going to end up doing. Yep, let's go with the Howl. So let's end up going for... honestly, I'm probably fine just going with a Sunsteel Strike over into Vivillon, because that thing is very possibly Sash, and even if it's not, I think especially after a Howl, we can probably KO with the Sunsteel Strike. So let's do that, and let's go for the Howl. +1. Please don't go for a Sleep Powder. That would be really bad. Well, they did it anyways. So, yeah, hopefully we can wake up pretty soon. I don't think that's going to be extremely likely, but it's a nice thought. It's a nice thought. Flash Cannon, they'll do about half. A little less. That's actually really good. Try to go Sunsteel Strike again. And honestly, they're not going to touch Necrozma. Let's Howl again. We're up to +2. This thing's going to go absolutely nuts once it wakes up. You know what I mean? Ooh, that Quiver Dance does not help us, though. So let's hope that we can wake up right here, huh? Huge. Huge. Can we get them down? And they do have Sash. Question is, at +1, are they faster than Screamtail? I think we're gonna have to try. Here's what we're gonna do, though. Yeah, really, our best move over here is to go for the knockoff over there. I'm actually gonna go for the play rough. I think we can knock out Vivian. Well, obviously we can, as long as we hit it. But I only say that because I thought that we were still gonna have the speed. Because +1 for them is the same as like the booster for us, so let's see how much knockoff does. Not bad. I mean, granted that's at +2, so it makes a lot of sense, but damn good damage right there. I appreciate the hell out of that one. That's perfect. And now, honestly, I mean, honestly, all we have to do is go Urshifu here. We'll leave Tornadus in the back just in case, but I really don't see much of an issue here. And we could have brought some rain out, but that's okay. Yeah, I know. That's okay, though. My guess is this is probably going to be their Terra, but what is their Terra going to be? Either way, here's what we're going to do. We'll go for the Psychic Fangs over there, and let's just go for the Surging Strikes. Oh, no Terra! Alright, well, they just sacked Typhlosion here. That's awesome. Typhlosion's down, and that means we're going to be able to pick this up with the Psychic Fangs then. If I'm not mistaken, we did have the speed. We did. They're gone, and now all we have to deal with is one more Pokemon. Question is that going to be Zacian? I would imagine so, but if not, which one would they go with? Would they go Lurantis? Lurantis is a really cool Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I appreciate it a lot, but yep, there's Zacian. And I think we're just going to keep sticking, obviously, with the Sunsteel, or not Sunsteel Strike, the Surging Strikes. And I don't know what their Terra would actually be. If it's water, that could be pretty bad, but here's what we're going to do. Because if it's water and we go Surging Strikes and Sunsteel Strike, ain't going to do anything. Let's go Psychic Fangs just to have something in case they terrestrialize into like water. We can, you know, do a little extra damage. And let's just go with the Surging Strikes. Well, they have the speed on Urshifu, apparently. That's good to know. Maybe I'm going to have to retrain my Urshifu to be a little bit faster than that. Either way, though, we'll get the Psychic Fangs. Doesn't do a ton, but that's still half damage, you know what I mean? So we'll take that all day. And that Play Rough really ain't going to do too much to us. I think the best move that they would end up having is probably Sacred Sword, and that's only a neutral hit. So, not worried. Let's go with the Sunsteel Strike, though. And let's just go with the Tailwind just to ensure that we're going to be faster. And if we did that much with the Psychic Fangs, we're going to do so much more with the Sunsteel Strike. Did not think that they would have Crunch, honestly. And man, they still outsped after that. That's pretty bad. I forget how much slower Necrozma is than what's their name? Than Solgaleo, but that's okay. Obviously, we had enough bulk to be able to withstand that, and we were going to be fine in the long run. And thankfully, we ended up picking up that win, and again, a +2 Dusk Mane Necrozma just does some absolute work. Good game on that one. Now, not necessarily the matchup that we want to see here for Necrozma. Got a couple things that are really going to take it out, especially with Zamazenta too. So we need to be pretty smart about what we end up doing here. So here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to end up starting with good old Capoeira here along with Necrozma. And then in the back, let's end up bringing Tornadus. I think that's going to be pretty important. And honestly, I think we're going to have to go for Urshifu on this one. I don't think that's a bad idea. Being able to have the fighting is going to be really good. And then, of course, since we are Choice Scarfed, Love the speed over a lot of the things that they send out there. So, so for the best here. This is going to be double Genie to start. And it's not. That is single Genie. Alright, that's fine. Not a big deal. Here's what we can do is we can go for the coaching. And let's end up trying to go for the Stone Edge up there. Let's see if we can take them out right away. We might get faked out. We might also get Will-O-Wisp. But it's just a fake out. We can deal with that. Perfect. They don't know that we're AV. I love to see that. Trust me. We got the coaching. That's beautiful. Yeah. It's unfortunate that we flinched, but we're going to be okay, though. We're going to be okay. Here's what we can do is we are going to... I think we can actually cycle into Tornadus on this one. And let's try to go for that Stone Edge again. I hope that it's not a Will-O-Wisp, and I hope that it's going to be screens. Only reason why I say that is because we have a way to take that out. So, that's the hope. Wow, they actually hit the Bleak Wind. I should have actually just gone with the Wide Guard, but that's okay. Ooh, the speed falling is not great, but that's okay. And a Blues in our AV, that's not great either, but... Sorry, we pick up the KO with the Stone Edge, and at least we still have a physical defense boost, you know? And the other good thing, too, is we're going to be able to get a Tailwind here. And despite the fact that we ended up dropping speed, it's not a bad spot to be in. Well, never mind, I take that back. Let's go with the Tailwind here. I don't think we're going to be able to outspeed, but it's going to be worth a shot. And let's go with the Sunsteel Strike up there. Let's hope that at -1 we can outspeed and Tailwind. I don't feel confident about that, though. Now, if we weren't -1, that's a different story, but... Wow, they're going with... Okay, that's fair, buddy. That's fair. I get it. Yeah, they're going to hit this, and that's going to be a KO. Especially since we don't have the... yeah, we don't have the thing anymore, though. That's unfortunate. However, here's the positive, though. Here's the positive. Yeah, they're going to be able to hit Will-O-Wisp now. We'll figure this out, though. We can still do this. This ain't impossible at this point. Just unfortunate that we got that one speed drop. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm going to trust that their last one's going to be Zamazenta. So, let's go for the coaching. And let's go for the Surging Strikes. I don't think that last one's going to be Ogerpon. I feel safe. Made the right call. That's good. Not necessarily great right there, but that's could be a lot worse, trust me. A lot worse. Beautiful. That'll be good. That'll help us out, especially with our defense. There goes our Scarf. That's rough, but we still have the speed because of the Tailwind. So I'm very, very, very happy about that. We're going to go for the Close Combat over there, as well as the Surging Strikes. And I'm really hoping we can take them out. It's the hope. Is it necessarily going to happen? No. No. But we'll try here. Honestly, as long as we have Hitmontop out there, we can actually, not necessarily wall, but somewhat wall the Landorus. That's rough now. So we're going to get the close combat into absolutely nothing here. That's not great, but we're going to be okay, though. We're going to get the knockoff. That's fine. There goes our berry. Not great, but we're going to be okay, though. We are going to be okay. Now, I would imagine they're going to go for the Sandsear Storm on this one. And I've yet to show that I still have the... Oh, why did I think that they were going to Terra? They already Terra'd. But, either way, though, we have yet to show the Wide Guard. Sorry, guys. It's been a long weekend. I just got home from LA not too long ago. So, let's end up going with that, and let's go with the Surging Strikes. And I honestly think that we're going to be good at this point. You can't really protect away from it, so why not? Let's go for it. Look, even if we were going to go last, if we stop at Sandsear Storm right here, we're good to go. We pick up the win anyways. Yeah. Whew. So even though we pretty much were kind of screwed over a little bit because we ended up losing Necrozma, thankfully having Hitmontop and, oh boy, and also having Urshifu here definitely made a big difference. I don't think there's going to be a way for them to really kind of take us out at this point. I think Knockoff is their only attack. And despite the fact that we can't hit them with Hitmontop, I don't think there's anything they're going to be able to do that's really going to be able to take out Urshifu here. So I think we end up picking up the W on this one, and I feel really good about that. Just for the hell of it, let's go for a coaching, let's go Surging Strikes again, and let's call this one a game. GG's on that one. Again, it's upsetting that we ended up losing Necrozma so easily and so early on, but... hey, you know what? We had two strong Mons in the back that were going to be able to pick up the dub for us. So, good game. Now, while I think this might be a difficult matchup, I think we might be okay because we're going to be able to really change the weather and everything like that. That's going to be a really big help. So, let's end up starting out with Tornadus as well as... If it wasn't for Raging Bolt, I would say Urshifu, but I don't think that's necessarily going to be the case here. I think we're going to go Tornadus, and I think we're going to go... Is it worth it to end up going with them, though? That's the question. We have too many physical attackers with no way to kind of protect themselves from an Intimidate, so makes it a little tough, but that's okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to go Tornadus, and let's start with Screamtail, too. We're also going to bring Necrozma, and yeah, we'll bring Urshifu as well. Why not? I don't think that's a bad idea. We'll be able to have Howl as opposed to coaching on this one, which coaching actually would be pretty nice for the defense boost, but I think we're going to be good with the Howls as well. You know, it's going to power up Screamtail as well, and being able to have a nice fairy move here is going to be good too. Ooh, that's going to be a single strike. That's not great. Does that mean that they're going to go with like a... I feel like they may just go with a Wicked Blow up into Tornadus. So here's what we're going to end up doing. Let's go with the Bleak Wind Storm. And let's just go with the Play Rough over there. Why not? You're going to Terrestrialize into Dark just so you can have a really strong Wicked Blow right here. And we're going to be able to, hopefully, pick up a KO here before they're able to move. Hopefully. Well, we're not going to, but at least we'll get a nice Bleak Wind Storm. Maybe we can... well, never mind, because we end up missing on Incineroar. But at least we get it over on Urshifu and they go down to half. That's good. And we get a speed drop. That's even better. Alright, see ya, Torn. We don't get Tailwind. We don't... well... never mind, they go for Screamtail. That is fair. Can't be upset at that. So here's what we're going to do. Go for the Bleak Wind on this one. I'm going to Encore Incineroar. We can Encore him because we're not Prankster. You know what I mean? That's perfect. That's fine. We're going to be able to get a Bleak Wind Storm right here, and that's honestly really incredible. As long as we hit this, we're good to go. We get the Encore into the Fake Out, which is great. That means they're pretty much forced to swap out on this next one. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's end up going for the Rain Dance on this one. And let's go for the Play Rough over into Koraidon. The double miss on the Bleak Wind. That's okay, though. Hey, this one is definitely not out of reach by any means whatsoever. Still have Necrozma, and we still have Urshifu in the back. We're going to be changing the weather right here. Incineroar comes out. They're going to have to probably swap back in Urshifu. That is not Urshifu. That looks like someone completely different. That is Fluttermane. Gotcha. Not great, but we'll be okay. Fine. We'll get the Rain Dance. Both of their things end up kind of powering down. And we'll get a really good Play Rough over there. Well, that's not really, really good, but could be worse. Take a little bit of recoil on that. That's perfect. So let's end up going for the Tailwind on this one. And they're probably going to swap out Koraidon for Incineroar, just so they can get the sun back, too. Let's do a little bit of damage over into Fluttermane. How about that? Yep. Here comes Incineroar, and we're probably only going to do about a quarter over into Flutter. That would be my guess, at least. That's going to be really good for the rest of the game, honestly. It wasn't even a quarter. Torn hanging in on 1. Thank you so much. It hung in there just so I wouldn't be sad. I appreciate that so much, buddy. You have no idea. So let's go into Necrozma right here. Why not? I wonder if they're locked into Dazzling Gleam. Part of me doesn't think so, but also part of me has no clue whatsoever. Let's go for that, and let's go for the Stone Edge. They're probably going to fake us out, but neither of the Pokemon that we have left have Protect, so we kind of have to roll the dice here, you know what I mean? Good way to take out Tornadus, that's fine. Now we're going to be able to get a Stone Edge over there. Yeah, they're locked into Dazzling. That's good for us. And we get the Stone Edge. And we take out Incineroar in 1. That's beautiful. And because we ended up getting the crit, but you know what? I don't care. Even on a crit, we'll take a big KO of Incineroar. That means no one else is going to end up getting... what's the word I'm looking for? Are going to end up getting... intimidated. That's the word. Alright, now here comes what I would imagine to be Koraidon. What I would imagine to be Koraidon. I should, you know. You bet it is. Bringing out the sun. They're going to get the speed. But, positive thing here is the fact that we do have Tailwind up still. Question is... No, I like this. Here's what we're going to end up doing. We're going for the close combat over into Koraidon. And let's Terra into Steel. And let's go for the Sun Seal Strike. We'll take them both out that way. Yes, we're going to take some damage, but... That's okay, I don't know. I got nothing to say to it. That's okay, we should pick up both KOs right here. Pick them up first, that's good. We're going to take a Dazzling, but well, maybe at -1 we won't be able to survive, but we can hope for the best. Yeah, so that was stupid. That was really stupid on my part. I'm not making great decisions today. That's alright, we'll be able to pick up the KO on the Sunsteel Strike. And now they're going to have to go for a... Do we have one more Tailwind? If we do, we might be able to outspeed, but if we lose Tailwind, we're definitely SOL at that point. Let's see. Looks like we're keeping it for one more. But they probably have Protect. If not, then maybe they go Sucker Punch. Let's go Sunsteel Strike, and let's see if we can put them out right here. Do we see Detect, or do we see Sucker Punch? And that's rough, because I think that's going to make it game then. Because then they should end up outspeeding right here, and then Close Combat should take us out. Yeah, Tailwind's gone. We did not play that right. Hey, Necrozma hangs in there! Holy cow! I definitely did not think that we were going to survive that. But wow, Necrozma with its physical bulk being able to hang in there. I was about ready to write that one off. I was thinking about what to do for next game. But no, we end up picking up the KO on Urshifu. Either that doesn't have a lot of investment in their attack, or Necrozma is just a lot more bulky than I was expecting it to be. I mean, I guess the positive thing, too, is the fact that we did have Prism Armor. That's another thing that I completely forgot about there, and the other times that we were taking super effective moves, is the fact that the Prism Armor brings it down to a 1.5 damage as opposed to the 2x as you normally get with the super effective move. So, there we go. Prism Armor really saving us on that one. And thankfully, we were able to pick up that win. Good game. So even though I talked about the ability in the intro, look at me just completely forgetting it by Battle 3. But either way, if it wasn't for that Prism Armor, we were definitely taken down by Urshifu on that close combat. But thankfully, the Prism Armor, taking that to a 1.5 times effective as opposed to the normal 2, allowed us to stay in there and be able to knock out with that Sunsteel Strike and allow us to be able to pick up the victory. So even though I feel like Solgaleo does have some advantages over Necrozma, especially with the abilities, you know, it's just kind of give and take. You know, do you want to have your stats lowered, or do you want to be able to have your super effective moves do, you know, only, I guess, 3/4 what they're originally supposed to? So, you know, it's, again, just based on what you want. I really like both of them, but, man, after using this Necrozma, I think that I might want to use this a little bit more. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, and we'll see you guys next time.